It's nearly the end of 2020 and I've been living in Finland for 3 years. 3 years, which the internet told me it's 1095 days. Literally as of right now. You guys know I talk about Finland a lot, all kinds of Finland topics, and I even vlog about my daily life here in Finland. So if you're new and you like that kind of content, be sure to subscribe, join the family. I guess in this video, I just want to tell you a bunch of things that I've learned living here in Finland for the past 3 years. Hopefully you find this interesting. So let's just go ahead and get into the video. So life lesson number 1. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. So when you move to a new country, you got to make your life afresh. So it means no one really know who you really are or what your past life is or your background. So you really get to make a whole new impression of your life, or rather start a new life for yourself. Or you get to start all over again, or at least that's how I feel. So why not push yourself out of your comfort zone now? Try new things, try to meet a lot of new people, try to get new experiences. And I think age contributes a lot here as well. I feel like I'm a completely different person now compared to who I was when I first got here. So many life lessons that I've learned, and I think just being here in a new country, it means you just gotta push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Do things that makes you feel uncomfortable, and in the end you will just get to the result that you're looking for. It's kind of like a journey. So really relish that you got a whole new start. It's a good thing, very good thing. Number 2, embrace the local culture. I think it's very easy for the foreigners to get stuck into their foreigner bubble. I know that some Finnish people have this view of foreigners that they are stuck in their own bubbles, they don't integrate with us, that kind of thing. And we have to remember that it goes 2 ways. If you're a foreigner and you going out of your way to go talk to the foreigners and bring them into integrating to your culture, and as a foreigner you're trying to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, trying to learn new things and trying to integrate into the culture here in Finland, I definitely think it goes 2 ways. In my personal opinion, there is no reason to move to a new country if you're not even trying to learn the culture or learn the language of that country, or trying to even integrate to the local culture. I mean, you might just as well stay at home. Like, I definitely don't understand what would be the point. I think it's very easy for us to stick to what we know and kind of like live within our own bubble. But if you come to a new country, you just have to embrace it. So try your best to integrate to the local food culture, way of living, and local people, and try to speak to as many local people as possible. And I know it's very difficult from a foreigner perspective on meeting local people. From Finnish people perspective, not everyone is going to want to talk to us or know about us, but some will, and that's great. So just try to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but to the local culture. Number 3, people are very honest. So when I talk about honesty, I meant about how safe it is to leave things in public. I have seen a lot of people leaving their strollers outside, and sometimes even with a baby in it, because cold air often helps them sleep better. But the main point is they're not afraid of their kids being kidnapped. And at night, the restaurants with the outdoor terrace, they would usually leave their chairs and tables outside as well. They are not really worried about getting their things stolen. Even for myself, I lost my ring in a cafeteria and I got it back just a few days later. People here are really honest and they don't really take the things that don't belong to them. So next is Finnish name. Definitely this is such a big one for me, and I think I've learned how to pronounce Finnish name in a proper way. Although I still think that it's a little bit tricky because you really have to emphasize when there's like double vowels in it. Or is it called vowels? I hope it is called vowels. So for example, like Ahtisaari, Raikkonen, or Häkkinen, or Tina with 2 eyes. And in Finland, there is also a name day, so which means on every day of the year, there are a few names assigned to them on each day. On that day, they will receive some cards, some cakes, and some gifts from their loved ones. So people usually celebrate 2 days here in Finland. One is their own birthday and the other one is on their Finnish name day. But of course, the name days only extend listen to common Finnish and Swedish names, and if you have any special name like myself, then probably you won't be finding your name in the calendar. But nonetheless, do check your names in the Finnish name calendar. You might even have 2 birthdays to celebrate this year. Up next, I want to talk about the library culture here. The libraries here in Finland are really cool. On average, every Finns borrow a dozen books, at least from a library each year. Since I moved to Finland, I've started reading much more, and I'm now reading at least 1-2 books every month. My favorite library so far is the Helsinki University Library because it's such a great place to study and also to hang out. A central library, OD library, it's also a very cool place to hang out. It has a very beautiful architecture, and there are usually concerts or live streaming events happening in the square in front of the library. It also has music videos, rooms, and the tools that you can book, like laser printers, sewing machine, and poster printers. It was also voted as 2019's World's Best New Library as well. Do make sure to check out the libraries in Finland, no matter which part of the country you are visiting. So the next thing I've learned is that I am a summer depression type. So I know this could be a little bit controversial because I know a lot of people are worried about surviving the darkness here in Finland during November. And even some people ask me whether I get November blues. But the truth is, in November, I put up my favorite sweater, I put on my favorite knee-length boots, and I light up the candles, I put light all over the house. I decorate the house filled with lights, and I really get myself excited for Christmas and planning the gifts and just looking around the city looking for the lights. So I guess I truly like this time of year, but of course there are also some days when I feel really down, but who doesn't, right? In the summertime, especially around the end of July, that's where my birthday is, usually brings back the memory of the fresh smell of ground after the light rain, and also the memories of the heavy rains, which I really enjoy, but we don't have that in Finland. And I guess that's when I really start to get stuck into this depression mode, but of course not for long. Summer here in Finland is also very beautiful. So next is the best part of Finland, it's the nature. Before I was moving to Finland, I was living in a place full of buildings. It was like a complete concrete jungle. And also the greenery that I was used to was usually man-made. But in Finland, we're so close to the nature, it's never really is far away. Even when you're living in Helsinki, which is the most populated city in the country, I can easily go take a stroll in the forest. There is abundance of lakes and sea. Go out to the seaside, bike around the town, go kayaking or go on a boat trip, or even hiking or trekking anywhere nearby. Nature definitely is the best part of living here in Finland, in my honest opinion. So the next is the seagulls, ducks, and goose. They're kind of like our best friend. So you can expect to find seagulls or ducks or goose in almost all parks here in Finland, especially if they are near the lake or the sea. I think the seagulls really enjoy the people company, and sometimes they might even try to share the food with you. During the summer, I went on an island hopping trip to Suomenlinna and the small islands around in that area, and when I was waiting to board on the boat, I noticed a woman. She was holding an ice cream, and there was like a bunch of seagulls coming towards her and attack her just to get the ice cream out of her hand, and it was really absolutely terrifying. One thing I forgot to mention, I've also seen a couple of foxes crossing the road in the middle of the night, and with the car headlight I can see that their faces are really rectangle shape, and it looks very terrifying somehow to me. And I think it's because foxes are not so common animal to be spotted in places like Southeast Asia. And the next one is for everyone, and I especially want my Finnish viewers to pay attention to this because I get so many comments or messages from you guys saying that, oh, I've been living here in Finland for so long, or I've been living here for almost all my life and I've never seen this place or that place, or I didn't know this thing existed in that place. Like, some of them haven't even been to Botanic Garden. I was just like, how did this even happen? I know it's so easy for us to get ourselves become complacent, like you can get really stuck into your own little routine. I know that because I used to do that back at home. I forget what's in my own doorstep. So the biggest advice is always be a tourist in your own city. There's still so much more to see, so many experiences to get, and so much things to eat. I even get people saying that, oh, I've never been to that part of Finland because I'm living on this side of Finland. And I'm just like, guys, Finland is so easy to get around. Given that it's not for everyone, if you're not interested, then you're not interested. But for those of you who are interested, just give it a little bit of extra thought. There's still so much more to see, so many amazing things, and I hope that you will take on this advice. Never stop being a tourist. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up my video right here. I feel like I've been talking for ages. I really hope that you find this video interesting. So if it is, do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I want you to comment down below whether you've been living here in Finland as an expat or as a Finnish person. You can also let me know about your life lessons that you've learned living here in Finland. And I think it's gonna be really interesting, especially when you're comparing it with other countries. If you want to check out more of Finland content from me, I will leave a list up here. Video recommendation down in the description box. Tons of videos for you to watch, so make sure to check those out if you're interested. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!